Phono Preamp, or Phono stage if you will, connects between your turntable and amplifier. Its job is to increase the signal output from the turntable to a standard line level signal and provide necessary RIA equalization. You'll absolutely need one if there isn't one built into your turntable or amplifier. Or you might want one that sounds better than the one that is built into your turntable or amplifier. Either way, we'll look at the absolute best Phono preamps between $10 and $500 in this video. At the first position of our list, we have Pyle Phono Turntable Preamp P444. If you're looking for a very inexpensive preamp, there is no need to look any further. When I tested this against the built-in Phono stage in my $1,600 audiophile graded Denon receiver, I could honestly say not that the Denon's preamp sounded that much better. The Pyle don't match up to the Regat Phono Mini and Watt MK listed above. It lacks a bit warmth and grunt, but it will perform well compared to Phono stages that are built into affordable turntables and amplifiers. If you need a Phono preamp to get going spinning vinyl, and the highest possible sound quality is not a priority for you, then I think the Pyle Phono Turntable Preamp P444 is a great choice. Moving on to the next at number 2 with Pro-Ject Phono Box. The Pro-Ject Phono Box DC is an acknowledged preamp that is used and loved by thousands and thousands of vinyl enthusiasts all over the world. There are many good preamps to choose from around $100, but I think the Pro-Ject Phono Box DC is the best option. It sounds great. It is built by one of the most trusted turntable company in the world, and it supports both MM. The number 3 position is held by Regat Phono MK3 moving magnet phone. As a vinyl enthusiast, it is hard to not wish for a Regat Phono preamp. It is multi-award winning, great sounding, and great looking, and highly respected by hardcore audiophiles. The Regat Phono comes in 2 versions, one that support MM cartridges, and one that support them. Their circuitries are specially designed to match the type of cartridge they are suited for. Both versions use a fully discrete design where the channels are totally separated from each other for optimal performance. I was debating whether to buy the Regat Phono MM or the Regat Phono Mini Ad-Watt when I was upgrading the preamp to use with my Regat Planar 2 turntable with the Regat Exact. I ended up buying the less expensive Regat Phono Mini Ad-Watt, and I hasn't regretted that. It is a great preamp, but if you have the budget and determination, there's probably a bit more sonic performance to tap into by selecting the more expensive and more sophisticated Regat Phono over the Regat Phono Mini Ad-Watt. Next at number 4 we have Pro-Ject Tube Box S2. All other preamps on this list are solid-state preamps, which means that they use transistors for amplification. But I have included an amazing preamp for the Tube Phono Preamp fans among us as well. In my articles here at Vinyl Restart, I often state that $200 is the sweet spot for a really good solid-state phono preamp that will sound excellent in most stereo setups, and that it makes little sense to spend much more than that on a phono preamp until the other components of your stereo are of extremely high quality. The rationale for this is that a solid-state, transistor-based preamp is a quite simple electronic circuit that can't really justify to represent a too significant share of your hi-fi budget. The number 5 position is held by Cambridge Audio Alvisolo. Great sounding, great looking, and received very good review. It was impossible to complete this video without including the Cambridge Audio Alvisolo, just as several other preamps on this list of great options. The Alvisolo is one of those phono preamps that has the quality to be your trusted phono preamp throughout your complete vinyl spinning journey. The number 6 position is dominated by Cambridge Audio Duo amps. Well, this is certainly a looker, with an offset volume dial, minimalist styling, and mirrored rear labeling that's easy to read even if you're peering over the top of the unit. It's clear a lot of thought has gone into the Cambridge Audio Duo Phono stage, and no less attention has been paid to the audio quality. The presentation is very good indeed, being spacious and cohesive, while the sound is dynamic and the timing spot on. It doesn't quite match the Regat Phono MK3 for punch, but it certainly holds its own verve with both MK and MM cartridges. The bonus here is the inclusion of a built-in headphone amplifier with 6.3 headphone jack, which is somewhat unusual but entirely welcome in a phono stage at this level. It's a lovely way to upgrade your vinyl system or add a bit of modern flourish. Moving on to the next at number 7 with Issy Zenfone. The Issy Zenfone is a welcome addition to the ranks of decent, entry-level phono stages that make your records sound clean. In fact, you'll struggle to find anything that does a better job, clarity-wise, at this price, as you'd expect from a company with a solid reputation in this sector. The Issy Zenfone is well built. It's suited to moving magnet cartridges, but can handle moving coil too. It's also worth noting that the balanced circuit design reduces noise and crosstalk, a feature less common at this end of the market. The main attraction here is the sound. It's clean but never drifts into the realms of clinical. If the aim of the game is to reproduce each note, having perhaps given it a little polish, Zen Phono wins hands down. Balance is spot on, too. The number 8 position is held by musical Fidelity MX-VYNL. Phono stages tend to be, apart from the sleek Cambridge audio duo above, rather plain black boxes. Musical Fidelity takes a different approach. This Phono Preamp is beautifully made, with a smartly machined front panel and nice-to-use controls. Rather than use a series of dip switches, as many rivals do, the MX-VYNL has a rather elegant control dial to manage the switch between moving coil and moving magnet inputs and their different loading requirements, alongside a standard single-ended phono input, something that will be used by the vast majority of decks around it. It can also accept a balanced signal in the form of a mini XLR 5-pin connector. Next at number 9 we have Slee Amp 2 Communicator, another oldie but still a goodie. The Amp 2 holds its own nearly a decade after first coming on the scene, and you can see why simplicity is the name of the game here, an approach that ages remarkably well. It's a moving magnet phono stage with one set of inputs, one output, no bells or whistles. Sound quality is first rate, fantastically detailed, with the upper register particularly impressive. It's difficult to imagine a more detailed presentation from a phono stage for the money. There are rivals with an equally wide soundstage, but they perhaps don't shine the spotlight so intensely on each instrumental strand. Detail is where it stands out, but the Amp 2 is also a dab hand at dynamics and timing, although perhaps not with as much bite and punch compared with the Rega. Finally, the number 10 position is dominated by Moon 110 V2. It doesn't have the snappiest of names, but the Moon 110 V2 does a fine job of improving your vinyl performance. The neat aluminium box is finished to Moon's high standards, and it is switchable, meaning it's capable of handling both moving coil and moving magnet cartridges, provided you keep it away from other mains powered products and power cables. This phono stage will prove suitably quiet and hum-free. Features are basic, but it's clear that Moon has focused on the bit that counts: sound quality. As such, the Moon 110 V2 is one of the best phono preamps of its kind at this price. It works particularly well with moving magnet cartridges, dishing up a smooth, fluid, and refined sound with a satisfying punch. The stereo imaging is accomplished and remains stable even when the music becomes demanding. It has a subtle way with music that's rewarding and easy to listen to for long hours. That's all for today. We upload budget-friendly product review videos every single day, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for the upcoming video notification.